I'm Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master 8 Days Perpetual. You can see and you can purchase this 8-day power reserve manual wind perpetual calendar on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full commercial listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Jaeger-LeCoultre. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see the watch that represents the 2011 to present, that is the current and most recent iteration of the long-running 8 Days Perpetual. Now, the watch is 40 millimeters, pared down from the size and bulk of its predecessor. 40 millimeters from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, not inclusive of the crown. It's only 12 millimeters thick in spite of its power reserve and complication. And you'll note the pronounced step to the bezel and the sapphire, meaning the watch easily slides underneath a dress cuff or a tight sleeve. No problem there. It's a very versatile timepiece, casual enough to wear with short sleeves and short pants. It can dress up to whatever you have in store. Now from lug to lug, 48 millimeters is a modern measurement across the wrist, but not oversized. It's fortunately a nice balance between traditional size and current tastes that's likely to age well. Now the case is all of high polish, which is acceptable with these proportions and outright size, as it doesn't appear garish or gaudy, but nicely tailored and refined. You'll also note the flare, and I don't mean outward, but I mean in terms of thickness, the flare of the strap as it approaches the lugs. It's much more dramatically bolstered close to the case, such that there's almost a 1-to-1 ratio of strap thickness to lug size, which is wonderfully progressive, gradual. It's an elegant taper from leather to metal. You'll also note the quality of the strap is excellent. Now, JLC straps, I'm sorry to say, do run the gamut. Some of them don't feel up to the standard of the watchmaking. In this case, you're getting one of the best straps in the catalog. A beautiful oval section, and by that I mean oval scale black alligator leather strap with folded flanks and a monotone stitch. It gives way to a fully polished double deployant Jaeger-LeCoultre folding buckle for easy donning on a smaller wrist without pinching. That's what a double deployant gives you. A little bit more flexibility on the smaller wrist. You'll also note that the watch features essentially a all-dial visage. The bezel is minimal, and the dial is stretched out to the extremities of the case to fit in all of its many indications. You'll note hand-applied and faceted hour markers, dart style, frame a window that starts with the moon phase, a 122-year moon phase variant, I should mention. It uses the 135-tooth wheel, not the 59-tooth of the 2-year, 7-month moon phase system. This one is more deluxe. It's also coincident with the day display. The month is displayed at 6 o'clock, a radial date at 3. There's a power reserve scale at 11, and at 1 o'clock, that little indicator is the danger zone indicator, generally coaxial with the hands on older JLC Perpetuals. That's the window that tells you when you should not attempt to manually set the calendars. And of course, since this is the IWC Kurt Claus Perpetual Calendar System that Jaeger-LeCoultre has used since the mid-80s, we do have a grandiose combination of millennium, century, decade, and year. Now, only the decade and the year actually move automatically by virtue of the movement's own resources. The watchmaker must set the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and so on centuries manually, and the watch actually can be upgraded with slides for those centuries yet to come. They are available from the manufacturer if you expect to be around. Now, otherwise, the dial is a soft silver sunburst. It's a little bit more jovial, better balanced than its 2004 to 2010 predecessor, and the splash of color at the moon phase display at 9 o'clock really enlivens the dial. Otherwise, the combination of white metal, silver, white gold hands, it can become a little bit overbearing. The bottom line is that extra tone of color really salvages the entirety of it and makes it warm and endearing in a way that a strict silver on silver color scheme cannot be. Turn it over, you see the Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 876. Yes, it's based on the 8-day power plant designed for the 70th anniversary Reverso, the Septantième at the beginning of the 2000s. So you get the benefit of true high horology engineering, and it's a tough and complete package with a free-sprung balance to better take and hold a regulation in the face of shock-induced timing deviation. It maintains an 8-day power reserve in spite of the chronometrically optimized 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate. Oftentimes, to achieve a very long power reserve, watch brands use either an 18,000 or a 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate to slow down the expenditure of power reserve at the expense of somewhat reduced chronometric performance. JLC has a full 4 Hz or 28.8 beat rate. In conjunction with its own in-house testing standard, this watch has been through the Master 1000 Hours Control, which is a rigorous 40-plus day test of fully cased up chronometric performance, shock resistance, anti-magnetism, water resistance, power reserve. So this is a watch that really allows you to have your cake and eat it too. A long power reserve and a rugged, modern, and precise timekeeper. Owners of the Panerai PAM 190, 197, 198, and the ultra-rare 208 will also note the family resemblance, as a version of this movement also made it into that Richemont stablemate product. This is a timepiece that's versatile, can be worn with anything. Altogether, the dial is more balanced and a little bit more, shall we say, jovial than its predecessor, with the combination of that gorgeous blue moon phase and the balance of the indications as laid out across the dial. If you're comfortable with the fact that this watch has no constant seconds hand, you missed that, didn't you? You are enjoying perhaps the best combination of aesthetics, engineering, craftsmanship, and value available in the world of high horology today. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Master 8 Days Perpetual, available on our website.